Hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's session, we will be discussing about class and static methods in Python object-oriented programming. So class methods are the methods which acts upon the class variables of the class. So decorator or class method need to be right above the class method. By default, the first parameter of class method is CLS, which refers to the class itself. So here, you could able to access the class variable inside the class method, and you could able to call it using class variable. So let me execute this function class method dot pivot. I will define a class student. I will define a variable sec is equal to section p. So this is my class variable. Now I will define init function. Then I will define the parameter here only. So don't want to overwrite it again. So self dot name is equal to name. If show self print name of the student is self dot name. I'm accessing instance variable in instance method. So that's it. So now I want to access the class variable. So for that I need to make use of decorator class method. So with this I could able to access the class variable. For this def is sec cls will be the first parameter, and if I print cls dot sec, so when I call this function, the following cls dot sec will be printed. So this is the class method. Now let me create object one is equal to student, and I will call Rama as an input parameter for the constructor. Now, and I will create object one dot show function. When I run this, following data will be printed, following instance method will be printed. Now in order to access class method, I can make use of class name, which is student dot sec, and I need to print it before executing. You could able to see the name of the student is Rama, where Rama has been assigned to constructor, and it will be accessed using an instance method. So when I call the show function, the following data has been printed. Name of the student is Rama, and here I'm calling the class variable by using a class variable method. I'm calling the class variable outside the class with the help of class name dot class variable, and even you could able to perform with the help of object also, object one dot esec. When you call this, you could able to get the element with the help of object also, and class name dot class variable. So this method is, so this method is used to call class function using object or inside the class, whereas this method is used to call the class variable outside class. So this is the exact working of class method with the help of class variable. So you could able to call the class function with the help of object inside the class. This is the object one is object with the help of decorator, or else you could able to call the class outside the class with the help of class name dot class variable. So this is the actual method of calling class variable using class method. Now let us move to static method. So static methods are the methods which are used when some processing is related to the class. When you need to perform some processing related to the class, but does not need the class or its instance to perform any work. You can make use of decorator static method to write about the static method. So what exactly it means is, so if you want us if you want to do some processing work related to class, but you do not want any classes or instance to perform any work, then you could make use of this static method. So when you use static method, you need to use a decorator static method above the function or above the method. Static method, def method name, method body. So this is without parameters, with parameters. Now we have an example here, instance method without arguments. So we have defined a class called car static method def disp model. So print BMW. So when brand is equal to car, car dot disp model, you will get an output as BMW. Instance method with arguments. Starting method we are calling m and p, print model comma price. So now let us execute the static method in the code. So let us define a class called car. I will show function. Here I don't want to define any of the output. So print name of the car is BMW. So I will be declaring the static method for this function. If I try to create an object for this and call this function, I've created object one, I call this class. So I need to call this method. So I need to make use of class name dot show. When I run this, I got an output as name of the car is BMW. Here, I will try to write static method without arguments. So I'm just calling the class method with the help of class variable dot the method name. So I will try to run static another method, static method with arguments. Again, I will define a class called car and I will define the static method because I don't want to use any of the class variable or instance variable. Then I will call the function def disp. So here I will create two parameters. We don't have any of the default parameters. I'm calling m comma p, where model is equal to m and price is equal to p. Then I will print model of the car is model and its price is price. So I will try to create an object for this. Object 2 is equal to r. Then I will call the method with the help of class car dot disp with model as BMW with the price of 50 lakh. So if I run this, you could able to see for first case static method without arguments, I got an output as the name of the car is BMW. But for the second method, static method with arguments, I'm giving the input as BMW and 50 lakh. When I call this function with the help of class name, I'm passing an argument as BMW and 50 lakh, model M and price P. Then the following data will be printed as model of the car is BMW and its price is 50 lakh. This is how exactly the static method works. Here, the static method is not at all using any of the class variable or instance variable or class method or instance method. It's an independent of classes and objects. Hence, this method is known as static method. So that's all with the methods. We have discussed class method, static method, and we have discussed with arguments, without arguments for all the test cases. And in instance method, we have discussed two more cases, which is setter and getter. So that's all for the day. Thank you.